When I first came down to the University of Kentucky, my parents were both very concerned with the fact that I was attending a large public university. They thought that I was just going to become another number and going to be lost in the crowd. They both believed that I would not be receiving the same level of education as I could somewhere else. Although I've really enjoyed my time here at UK, some of their concerns proved to be pretty valid. A number of the classes that I've taken have been as large as 200 to 300 students. Smaller classes in the business school have still been as large as 60 to 70 students. Despite the fact that I was heavily involved in UK's Greek life for 4 years, I still felt like I only knew a couple people in each of my classes. It was easy to recognize a severe disconnect between myself and other students that I'd never met before. When exams and projects were due, the available physical resources were often overcrowded. After much frustration and some research, I've discovered that there are many students that have encountered some of the same problems as I have. Middle button? All right. Many students agreed that some of the provided online resources have been inadequate and inefficient. One of these online resources is Blackboard. On average, Blackboard costs the university about $100,000 per year, and few students find it to be a reliable resource, based on the research and the surveys that I provided to roughly 100 students. Google Groups is another one that's gaining steam, that's kind of using Facebook, for example, to create groups for people to be able to communicate and collaborate on a weekly basis. The problem with Google Groups is that it requires your personal information. You have to have everybody's email address. People have to accept it on Facebook. And some people don't want to be friends with other people or be connected to their classmates via Facebook. People that they don't know. There's also some huge inconsistencies with professors and TAs between different sections. I had statistics last semester, and I had an Asian teacher that I could not understand. Well, my friends caked the rest of the semester with a great professor in another statistics section that was perfect for them. The solution to the problems that I've listed here is ConnectIntoClass.com. There we go. ConnectIntoClass.com is a social utility that allows students to collaborate with each other that would otherwise be outside of their network. ConnectIntoClass.com creates a learning community comprised of students in the same class to form study groups, answer questions about lectures, homework, course material, and work on projects together from home. Connecting to Class also creates symmetry between students and other sections that typically lack it due to different sections, professors, and TAs. Students can access the website by searching by school, department, course, and section to view the wall where information will be posted. Students can post announcements, questions, or information about the course. The idea is to develop an engaging community outside of the classroom without having to know your peers' names, phone numbers, Facebook page, or email address. Registered users can create and save their personal class schedule on their account and network with other registered users on the site. In 2008, 10% of students across the country had smartphones. In 2011, however, last year, 57% of students were connecting to the internet from their smartphones, and with the recent explosion of iPhone and Android users in the last quarter, this percentage is projected to grow exponentially. An idea for Connecting to Class with registered users is to allow them to receive notifications of new posts and responses to their own posts through the mobile application. Out of 4,300 schools across the country, only 270 of them have dedicated mobile apps. An example of another company that's doing a similar thing that I'm trying to do is OneSchool.com. OneSchool.com provides campus information such as maps, course schedules, directories, bus routes, and campus news. Within the last 2 or 3 months, they've launched at 8 schools: Penn State, Stanford, Yale, Columbia, UCLA, University of Illinois, Illinois, I'm from there, I shouldn't have said Illinois, Jesus. University of Houston, that's how I'm reading this, and University of Waterloo. As if these numbers weren't enough, there are over 150 more schools on the company's waitlist. Last month, one school raised $750,000 in seed funding. The biggest part of this was at Penn State, the one that they had actually mentioned, which I'm sure is their highest, that's why they're bragging about it. They had 16,000 downloads in 1 month out of 31,000 students. That's exponential, that's a huge number, but there's only 18,000 students estimated that actually own smartphones, so that's a pretty large percentage. A little bit about my team. I'm Loffredo. We can talk more individually if you want to know about me. I don't want to sit up here and brag. The other people that I'm connected with is Kayla Powell. She's executive on an entrepreneurship club or entrepreneurial club at UK. She's been helping me out with some marketing, developing a strategy. And my best friend, Chris Pike. Chris's parents own a computer liquidation company, and they have several software and programming technicians. They have a team of them that would be willing to help with us once we get this thing out of the building, as they say, up and running. ConnectIntoClass.com is seeking to meet the current demand for mobile education apps. Thank you for your time.